Hello folks, today we have on our show Shruti Kotwal, India's fastest ice skater, national record holder, champion of South Asian Winter Games. While the journey of Shruti began with roller skating at the age of 7 as a hobby. In transition to ice skating due to the lack of international opportunities even before switching to ice speed skating, Shruti dominated roller skating events in India. She has got many medals and recognition including current national record holder in speed skating 500 meter, 1000 meter, 1500 meter, 3000 meter. Qualified and participated at the Asian Winter Games in Japan in 2017. Gold medalist in 2009 to 2013 at the National Ice Skating Championship. Multiple medal winner at the National Roller Skating Federation of India, won 2 gold medals at the Dune Championship in 2010, bronze medalist at the National Winter Games in Gulmarg in 2008, and national gold medalist at the Roller Skating School Games Championship. So let's begin our talk with Shruti Kotwal.
So how are you and how is your current time going on?
It's okay, it's fine, it's getting better.
Okay, great. So coming to the topic of interview, which is India and sports. So moving to my first question, that is, you were previously in roller skating, then in ice skating. So how does it transition happen?
So basically I am a roller skater. So like everyone in India knows that we don't have ice or ice skating rinks in India. So I didn't start as an ice skater. I started as a roller skater, and I used to roller skate since I was 5-6 years old. And I have done that for so many years of my life. I did states and nationals many times, and then I shifted to ice skating because I realized that ice skating has more exposure because it's an Olympic sport and roller skating is not an Olympic sport. So that's why I shifted to ice skating.
How much it is different from roller skating?
So roller speed skating and ice speed skating are similar, but I think ice skating is a little more challenging because it's colder and the strength that is required is more. It's a little more challenging. So I think the movement is similar. Even if you're doing it on road or if you're doing it on ice, it's a little similar, but ice skating I think is a little harder or much harder.
Suti, as we all know that you are the champion of Asian Winter Games. So tell us about that, share your experience.
So South Asian Winter Games, I have represented at Asian Games, but I won medals at South Asian Winter Games, and my experience was really good because the games were in India, and there was a lot of crowd, the home crowd performing in front of the home crowd and winning gold medals in front of so many Indians. It was a very memorable moment for me, and I think that was like a big motivation. So every athlete needs like motivation, right, to keep going. So I think winning South Asians for me was like, wow, okay, this sport has so much to offer, so I should continue and I should work harder. So yeah, South Asians experience was really good.
One question, so you have participated for roller skating or ice skating in South Asian Games?
South Asian Games, ice skating. I stopped roller skating many years ago. So all my big achievements are in ice skating, not in roller skating. But my base is roller skating.
Roller skating. Okay, great.
Because we're all in India, right? तो India में ice skating है ही नहीं ज़्यादा, तो we don't have a choice. So everyone starts as a roller skater, and then you shift to ice skating.
So means you people are the some of the player of India who participate in this ice skating, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes. So basically, everyone who is an ice skater in India is actually a roller skater. So everyone's base is roller skating, and then we become ice skaters. we are not born ice skaters.
Shruti, I would like to ask one question. As you have traveled a whole world, or say traveled 2 3 countries. How much? I'm not sure.
So you want to know how many countries I've traveled?
Yeah.
I haven't counted, but my
Yeah,
first one was Germany, when I was some 17, 18 years old. Then after that, I went to China for Asian Championships. Then I went to Kazakhstan for Asian Championships. Then I went to Taiwan for a camp. So then I think then I was in Canada for 4 years, and then I went to Netherlands, and then now currently I was in United States for my training.
Okay, great.
So yeah, a lot of
So the main reason behind asking this question is that as in India we have seen a lesser participation of women in sports. So is it same in whole world, or in India it only seems?
No, it's not the same outside. I think our culture is not as such. A woman has a lot of responsibilities outside of sports. She can't. It's very difficult for her to manage both, her private personal life or her household things and a career. And what happens with sports is because sports is so physical. Most people in India think, oh, she's going to look like a man if she becomes too strong, or she is going to have too much muscle, so that's not good, or things like that. So women in India are considered to be, or people want them to be very delicate and nice and sweet, and not very strong like athletes. So I think our culture doesn't motivate us a lot. But having said that, currently there are so many women who are winning medals for India, and women are winning more medals than men are winning. So even at the Olympics, at Summer Olympics, only women won medals, right? No man won a medal. So the number is not rising that much. It wasn't rising initially, but now I think it is getting better, and I think now we are doing okay.
All right. So I would like to ask, what was the reaction of your parents when you have joined this?
Actually, they didn't have a reaction because they were the ones who supported me to start doing this.
If I am not wrong, your mother is also an athlete.
She was, yes, when she was in school and college. But she did not continue as so much because, like we all know, same problem. She got married, and then she had kids, and then all that. So she didn't continue. But she was very encouraging, and not just her, even my father was very encouraging, and both of them supported me a lot, especially once I started winning and once I started performing well. Then both my parents were very supportive, and they never said like you should not continue, or you should not go, don't travel alone, don't go to Canada, don't go alone, you're a little girl. Nothing like that happened in my family. My family has always supported me. So yeah, there is no reaction because they are the ones supporting me.
That's great. So is there any challenge which you have faced being a woman?
So I don't think I have now even a man and a woman both have to perform, and if you perform, if you're playing a race, if you're winning the race, nobody can say anything, right? So I don't think being a woman comes in between, but what happens is the society judges you a lot. So if you are 25 plus, and if you are still in sports, then everyone around you is talking about, oh, why is she not getting married? Oh, why is she not having kids? Now she should stop all this,
So
you know.
is this reaction is only same in India, or in whole world you have seen same?
I think it is in the whole world, but it is too much here. It's everywhere, but here it is too much. And what happens is, even if the family is being supportive, like even when I'm doing interviews, for example, in one of my interviews, someone asked me 2-3 years ago, what are your plans to get married? And the same, it was me and one other skater who was a boy. So they did not ask that question to that boy, but they asked that question to me. Why? Because I'm a girl, so I should get married quickly. So that things like these and this mentality needs to change. And if I mean, it's an individual choice. Even if it's a girl or a boy, I don't think it should matter. So yeah, I haven't faced much. I face a little bit when other people ask me, or for example, when like a girl crosses 25, then they will immediately start thinking that there is no point in sponsoring this girl because she is going to get married, she's going to have kids, so अपना पूरा पैसा sponsorship का waste हो जाएगा, तो इस पे पैसे लगा के कुछ फायदा नहीं है. That is what a lot of people think, which is wrong, because if I have worked all my life for something, why will I just lose it for a personal thing, right? So I think the mentality needs to change and the judging needs to change. Yeah.
So one question which I would like to ask in general for both men and women, what are the challenges they both face during this journey?
The biggest challenge in India is there is no infrastructure for ice skating. तो आइस स्केटिंग अगर आपको करना है तो यहाँ पे रिंग्स ही नहीं है, तो आप सीखोगे कहाँ पे और आप ट्रेनिंग कहाँ पे करोगे? Because in Shimla and in Kashmir, there are ice skating rinks, but they're only there in winter. So you don't get to practice full year, and a sports person has to practice every single day. You can't just get up in the winter time and say, chalo, I'll practice ice skating for 1 or 2 months and I'll become a champion. So it doesn't work like that. So you have to practice every single day. And so the biggest challenge is not having good quality coaching, not having infrastructure in India. And the biggest challenge, of course, is not having any sponsorships, any funding from the government, no help, because this sport is not famous, right? Like football or cricket. So in our country, we only support famous sports, or we support somebody only after that person wins a medal at the Olympics. But we will not help that person to win a medal. We will support after they win a medal.
In fact, this happens in every field.
So medal मिलने के बाद, so अगर medal मिलने के बाद आप checks दे रहे हो, तो उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है. मिलने के पहले you should help to win the medal. तो इसीलिए I think we don't produce so many high level athletes because of this attitude in India.
If I'm not wrong, or if I am wrong, then do correct me. You did your practice in Canada, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So how was your experience there?
So I was like a normal skater. Every year I would go to Shimla and I would practice there. I would do my nationals there. But there was a time when I thought, ये करके कुछ फायदा नहीं है. So if I want to become a champion, if I want to go to the Olympics, I have to leave India, because I needed good coaches, I needed a good rink, and India did not have that. So I thought I need to go, and that's when I decided to go to Canada, because Canada has some of the best coaches and some of the best ice skating rinks in the world. So I shifted there and I learned so much. So my experience was my experience can't be put into like a few words, but I learned a lot because ice skating is so popular there, and they have so much knowledge and they have so many world champions. So looking at them, it was inspiring, and yeah, so I learned a lot, and my experience was really nice in Canada.
Wonderful. One thing which every normal human being or these young age group want to know from every athlete that how they keep themselves fit.
Right. So I think the biggest thing is consistency and self-discipline. So two things. You can't get up and say जो इंडिया में सब लोग बोलते मुझे बस मेरा पेट कम करना है. That's ridiculous. I mean, that is something which is not going to make you fit. It's not going to give you a healthy lifestyle. You should have bigger and better goals. Like you want to keep fit, you want to stay fit and maintain that fitness. So I think the two things are stay consistent with your habits and with your workouts, with eating healthy, sleeping well, and the second thing is be having that self-discipline. So nobody should tell you कि उठो सुबह या फिर उठो exercise करो ठीक से खाओ. There's no need to tell you that. You need to understand that on your own. I mean, now we are all adults, and I don't think anybody needs to tell us. But this Indian mentality is that our parents are always nagging us, and we are so used to it that we have no self-discipline. So consistency and self-discipline, I think, will give you results in the long run. These two things are my, at least this is what I follow.
All right. So what do you do for your mental fitness?
That is very difficult. That's a difficult question. Mental fitness, I don't think mental health is a better term. To be healthy mentally, you have to constantly do what you like, meet the people that love you, that you love. You have to clear out your stress. You have to constantly, just because let's say if you're a writer or if I'm an athlete, it does not mean that you write every single day. It does not mean that I work out every single day. I also need to take breaks. You also need to take breaks. And in those breaks, we need to relax. We need to be stress-free. We need to do things that we love, fun things. And that is very good for our brain, for our mind. And it's all connected, right? The mind and body are connected. So when your mind is going to be happy and when you're going to be stress-free, your body is going to be stress-free. And I think my mental health, I'm not very good at that part, but I try to do all these things. I try to do the things that release my stress. So that is how I maintain my mental health.
Okay, great. So moving to my next question. As this conversation is getting more serious, I would make it a little crunchy. So what would you like to be if you, apart from this roller ice skating?
What would I like to be apart from being an ice skater? Okay. If I was not an ice skater, maybe I would have been either a physiotherapist or an architect or something like that, because I would still maybe a physiotherapist because I would still like to be connected to sports, and I would still like to treat athletes and be connected to sports in some way because I'm very passionate about sports. Or maybe an architect because I really like that field and I'm quite creative. So maybe if I was not an athlete, I would have chosen one of these two things. But it depends. Architects need to study a lot, so maybe not that.
Okay, great. So I don't want to waste your much time. So moving to my last question, that is, what would you like to give the message to all upcoming athletes?
I want to tell athletes to be patient. Especially in India, we expect results very fast. We train, we practice for a little bit, and we want results right away. Even athletes and athletes' parents, they want results quickly. So they will practice for 1 year or 2 years, and they will say, "Oh, I want to become a national champion." But it's not so easy. You have to practice for years and years and years. And nowadays, everything has become so fast that all the athletes are just thinking about how big cricket is and how big football is. So they're constantly comparing and doing things to become famous or to make money. I think if you want to be an athlete only if you're passionate about the sport, and don't run behind it because you want to become famous or you want to make money, because that way you will not be good at the sport. So yeah, I think being patient, working hard consistently, if you're passionate about the sport, you will do it every day, and then finally you will get good results.
It was a wonderful message, and also it was a wonderful interaction. Thank you so much joining us, Shruti, and it will be a memorable moment for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a nice conversation, and also some questions were really nice. So, thank you.
Thank you.